Hey guys, it's Bro You Whack, and let me introduce to you Overwatch 2. It has been 903 days to this day since Overwatch 2 first got unveiled at BlizzCon 2019, where I was one of the fortunate few to play the very first build of Overwatch 2 back then. And now, over 2 years later, I'm one of the fortunate content creators that got invited by Blizzard themselves to participate in the Overwatch 2 alpha, where we were able to play the multiplayer side of Overwatch 2 with all the new hero changes. That includes the new hero Sojourn, Doomfist becoming a tank, and unfortunately Maze Freeze getting eliminated. All the brand new hero changes are here, along with every single hero getting a featured gameplay in this video. If you main a hero, it's gonna be in this video. Now, I know you probably have tons of questions, like, what? There was an Overwatch 2 alpha? Bring back, how do I get into the alpha? Also, what's 5v5 like? And is the new hero Sojourn good? And also, why are you playing with all these other content creators in Overwatch 2 Pros? Which, by the way, comment down below if you see your favorite content creator in this video. More than likely, they either get killed or probably kill me in this video, because that's just how it works. I want to talk about a lot about Overwatch 2. As one of the few that got to experience Overwatch 2 first and foremost, I want to relieve a lot of anxiety of the sequel of our favorite video game. Starting off, let's talk about our first brand new hero that we've gotten in over 2 years, Sojourn. Now, the best description that I can give Sojourn is if Tracer and Widowmaker had a baby. She's an agile sniper, given the fact that she has an electric slide with a super jump that allow her to get on top of vantage points with a projectile weapon that admittedly has low but very consistent damage that will charge up your railgun shot. But the railgun is what makes her probably the best DPS in Overwatch 2, because as soon as you learn to master your shots or just be a natural sniper, there's nobody that's gonna be able to stop you. You're agile, you have a buffer with your electric ball, plus her ultimate just allows you to be even more godly, instantly charging your railgun shot to allow for even 4-man team wipes. But notice how I said 4-man team wipes. As we've known for a while now, Overwatch 2 is going 5v5, and in the alpha, that was in full throttle. Each team only had one tank. So a lot of people assume that tank players were just gonna get bullied because they're the biggest target on the field and they're now alone. But I'm here to tell you that that is probably one of the biggest misconceptions in my 20 hours of playing the Overwatch 2 alpha. Now, of course, the health varies between each tank, where someone like Winston got an increase of 50 health, where someone like Reinhardt got an increase of 100 health. However, heroes like Reinhardt and Diva, half of their health pool is armor. So what this meant in the alpha is that tanks just do not die, especially in a 1v1 scenario against a DPS. There'd be many times where I'd be playing a soldier, a Mei, or even Reaper and fight in a 1v1 against a tank, and I didn't even get a quarter of their health down because they just have so much sustainability. So if you're a tank player and scared that you're gonna get absolutely thrashed in the beta, don't worry too much, because it takes a full team coordinated effort if they're just gonna be focusing you and not your support line, which gives an even bigger emphasis on support heroes in Overwatch 2. So the support heroes, where should I begin? Well, first and foremost, let me talk about the fact that they all have passive healing now, kind of like how Mercy has it right now in Overwatch 1, where over time it heals herself. Well, now you're not going to need so much protection from your DPS or your tank players, because, well, now there's only one tank on the field. More than likely, they're going to be on the front lines, not so much trying to peel to you. What this means is that you're going to be able to give your DPS a little bit more attention, but also give yourself a lot more attention, because you're not going to be so focused on the tank. One, because they have more sustainability, but two, there's one less tank on the field. Beforehand, you were just all focused on the tank because they have the biggest health pool, they took the most damage, and they would be the one to give you your ultimate a lot quicker. And I feel like that's a common theme for everybody in Overwatch 2, is there's a bigger emphasis on individuality. For tanks, you're forced to be an individual because now there's only one of you. For support heroes, now there's one less tank, meaning that, okay, well, there's a less need for heals, less need for a crybaby for me to give them their milkies. Now I can focus more on myself and maybe do a little bit more damage as Lucio or Zenyatta or Brigitte. And DPS, I mean, they were always seen as individuals and overall just received the least amount of attention going into Overwatch 2. So overall, things are looking really good. The new hero's amazing, one of the best DPS heroes in the game. 5v5 doesn't seem all too drastically different, doesn't take away from the Overwatch 2 experience. Tanks have sustainability and support heroes don't have to be the babysitter that much, but things aren't all sunshine sunshines and rainbows. One thing that I think is going to be really bad in Overwatch 2 is ultimate usage. Ultimates in Overwatch 2 charge extremely slow, where on average you will probably receive one less ultimate in your game compared to your games in Overwatch 2. And while passive ultimate charge has not changed at all, it's really just due to the fact that there's one less tank for you to shoot to gain ultimate charge on. And while you could easily win a game without ultimates, it's especially true in Overwatch 2, where if you get a majority of your kills on squishy heroes and you're not really shooting at the tank that much, you won't find yourself getting a lot of ultimates. And at first I thought it was because passive healing got increased, but it wasn't the case. It's just because I'm shooting less things. And I think that's the point, because they want to have a bigger emphasis on ultimate usage. Before in Overwatch 1, you would just throw your ultimate, and even if you didn't get anything, you wouldn't have to worry because you could just charge your ultimate back up again. But that's not really the case in Overwatch 2, where you really gotta think, okay, is this gonna be a valuable ultimate for my team, or am I just gonna be wasting it where I might not get another one for the rest of the game? But that doesn't mean ults are useless. Kind of means the opposite, where you just can't take them for granted anymore in Overwatch 2. Let's shift away from heroes and talk about the maps, because there were 4 maps in the alpha that we got to play: Toronto, New York, Monte Carlo, and Rome. Now, in terms of aesthetic, I mean, Blizzard always knocks it out of the park when it comes to design. Now, how it actually plays, that's a different story. But just know that looks, oh my, like, these are some of the best maps in video game history, especially New York. Like, New York is one of my favorite looking maps of all time. But my favorite map out of the alpha is probably Toronto. I always felt comfortable. It was very simple, very linear, not a lot of high vantage points, but if there were, it was very, very straightforward on how to get there, especially with Sojourn, which is who I played probably the majority of the time. And my least favorite map by far is Rome. I did not like Rome. Think of it like Temple of Anubis on the second point times like 3. It is just so long and so narrow, and it seems like it takes forever to get back to the point. And I get that was the design intent for this push specific map, where you're supposed to push the robot a majority of the time in that long corridor where it zigzags at the end. But Toronto, it's actually the complete opposite, where it zigzags in the middle at the very beginning, and then it tapers off into a long narrow shot. But there is one saving grace to Rome, and that is that it's not a 2 CP map. And yes, we did not play a single 2 CP map or game mode in Overwatch 2. But overall, we've talked about a lot in our first Overwatch 2 video, but I'm sure you still have tons of questions, and I'm still gonna want to answer them. So that's why I'm gonna be live right now on my Twitch, showing you even more Overwatch 2 gameplay and discussing a lot of questions that we have about Overwatch 2, what I've experienced in the alpha, and just trying to answer what you've been wondering for the past couple of years. While I'd love to go into full detail talking about Mei and her rework, I really want to answer a lot of the broad questions that we've been wondering for the past couple of years, while also giving you a taste of gameplay for every single hero. But then up until the beta, and especially after the beta, give more detailed videos of specific heroes, with like Doomfist becoming a tank, and Bastion's rework, and Orisa's rework. Just, there's gonna be so many things to make videos on. For this video, I just want it to be a celebratory video. We've waited years for the sequel, and now that it's here, it almost feels surreal to celebrate. That's why I want to make this video, is because it's finally here. Overwatch 2 is finally here, and it's here to stay. Well, I mean, it will be here to stay on Tuesday, and then we'll play for a couple of weeks or maybe a couple months, and then the whole entire Overwatch 2 experience will finally be here, but it's finally here! Overwatch 2 is finally here, and I'm so happy that you get to be a part of the ride. So until Tuesday, I'll be making tons of alpha videos, but until then, I love you guys. Thank you guys for watching. More Overwatch videos to come, and bye.